So you're going to want to bring some food to your coworkers' potluck, but is something that you can bring that everyone's going to enjoy? You can bring pizza. So first off, you'll need to find the ingredients to make the homemade pizza dough. So you'll need to bring water, dried yeast, sugar, flour, salt, and olive oil. You'll need to bloom the dried yeast in waters about 105 degrees to 110 degrees Fahrenheit to activate it. You need to make sure it is alive by checking after a few minutes to see that the yeast has started foaming. After the yeast has bloomed for 10 minutes, combine the flour and salt in a large bowl. Make a well in the middle and add the olive oil and bloomed yeast mixture using a spoon until the shaggy dough begins to form. Once the flour is mostly hydrated, turn the dough onto a clean work surface and knead for about 10 to 15 minutes. The dough should be soft, smooth, and bouncy, and you want to form it into a taut ball. Grease a clean large bowl with olive oil and place the dough inside, turning to coat with the oil. Then you want to cover it with plastic wrap and you want to let it rise for at least an hour or up to 24 hours. You want to then punch down the dough and turn it onto a lightly floured work surface, and you want to knead it for another minute or so, then cut it into 4 equal portions and shape it into balls. You then want to cover the dough with a kitchen towel and let it rest for another 30 minutes to an hour while you prepare the sauce or any other ingredients that you may want to use. Then you're going to want to preheat your oven as high as the oven can go, such as around 450 to 500 degrees Fahrenheit. Then you want to place a pizza stone or a heavy baking sheet into the oven. Meanwhile, you'll want to make the tomato sauce, so you'll need a can of whole tomatoes and kosher salt. You want to blend these ingredients in order to make this sauce. Then once the dough has rested, take the portion and start by poking the dough with your fingertips. Then stretch and press the dough into a thin crust. Make it thinner than you think it should be, as it will slightly shrink and puff up during the baking time. You want to sprinkle semolina onto an inverted baking sheet and place your stretched crust onto it. You want to add the sauce and your ingredients of preference, and you want to bake it for about 15 minutes until it looks golden brown. Then you get to enjoy your homemade pizza with your coworkers.